So, acceptance test-driven automation is a programming technique that is designed to create automation that is intuitive, scalable, and extremely agile. It is really great for anyone starting out in test automation so that you know how to build test automation frameworks very intuitively. And it is phenomenal for even more advanced automation engineers because it will provide you the skills to be able to scale your test automation in a manner that avoids over engineering and allows you to meet the current needs of your test automation environment. There are only a few rules to acceptance test-driven automation that I'm going to show you here. Rule number one is that you must use the page object pattern. Everything must be coded in a well-defined page object pattern. After you know that initial rule and you make your tests using the page object pattern, there are 5 iterations that you're going to go through in your test automation that will develop your entire automation framework. So first, you're going to enter the red phase. In the red phase, you write your first uncompiled test. In the green phase, you will make that uncompiled test pass. Next, you'll enter the refactor phase where you're going to clean up the code. Next, you're going to enter the red phase where you're actually going to make sure that your test fails as you designed it. And finally, you're going to make your test green, make it pass, and it is now ready to go into production. And we will iterate through these cycles over and over, developing our test automation framework and scaling it to the moon and achieving amazing test automation. Enough talk, let's jump right in. Okay, so as you can see here, what I have open is IntelliJ, and I've simply have this solution here that's already laid out, and I just started this class. Inside of this class, I started out with this test that I began to code, and I cheated only a little bit. We could do this from scratch, absolutely, it won't be a problem, but I cheated a little bit for this to not keep you bored. How did I cheat? I already downloaded Chrome driver because you really want to watch me download Chrome driver and put it into a folder. So that's already done. And I simply just have this method ready for you here because, again, it's boring to watch me code out this method. But the rest of the stuff I'm going to do live. We're going to do it in under 60 minutes. And I'm going to have 2 automated tests ready to go to production that are fully capable of doing phenomenal test automation. So let's go ahead and proceed. So the very first thing that we need to do is enter into the red phase. In the red phase, we code out a non-compiling automated functional test using plain English and using page object pattern. So let's go do that. So what's the very first thing we're going to need? We're going to need a web driver. And the only thing I cheated again is just getting this get driver method. Okay, now that we have a driver, let's talk about the application that we're going to automate, right? So here is our application that we're going to automate. The very first test, I'm going to keep it super simple as we always should, is open up this page and make sure that it renders. Next test that we're going to do is going to be a simple positive test login. And so those are going to be our 2 tests.